Sky Kid is the end of an era. This is Namco's final numbered game. They'll continue to use that trade dress of a zoomed-in screenshot with a drawn-in character over it for the cartridge labels. But still, that's a full set down. Getting into the game itself, this is going to be a short one, because Sky Kid is a very basic shoot-'em-up. It's a port of an arcade game that had been out for about 6 months or so at this point. On every one of the game's 26 stages, you take off from an airbase in your World War I biplane and have to shoot your way through planes and tanks. Eventually, there will be a bomb sitting on the ground. You pick that up, then carry it off to the target structure, which will be a 3-part building or ship. You drop the bomb right in the middle for the big points, and then land at the airbase again. The A button shoots your machine gun, while the B button has Sky Kid's big trick. Pressing it makes you do a loop, and when you do that loop, you also move in the direction that you're pressing when you hit the B button. So you can loop and wind up higher or lower down. While you're looping, you can't be hit, which makes it a vital technique to get through the stages. But when you're carrying the bomb, you can't loop. The B button is what releases the bomb. So if you have to dodge, you lose your opportunity to bomb the target. When you're hit in Sky Kid, you don't automatically die. Instead, you start spiraling into the ground. Tapping the B button can make you do a loop to pull out of it. So if you're hit while in the upper region of the screen, you've got a pretty good chance of being able to recover. But when you're right next to the ground and get hit, it's an instant death. As you might guess from that, terrain is the real killer in Sky Kid. Bumping into anything will be lethal, and it tends to vary an awful lot. Always remember that you can use the loop if you need to gain altitude in a hurry. Probably the most interesting thing about Sky Kid is the sheer quantity of hidden features in the game. Show off to the girl, and you get rewarded with kisses at the end of the mission. Do a loop at the sign and you might get a medal. There's a lot of places in the game where performing a loop correctly will have an effect, and they add a fun extra bonus. And that's literally all there is to playing Sky Kid. No power-ups, no special weapons. The game is very slow-paced, which gives it an odd feel. You don't move very fast, except when you loop, but the world is also going very slow. Sky Kid feels downright leisurely compared to other shoot-'em-ups. When you get a game over, you can't continue from the mission that you died at. You have to hold down and left on controller 2, and then press start on controller 1. That won't necessarily help you do much to complete the game. Getting through some of the later stages with just 3 lives is not simple. You might have noticed that the characters on the game box are birds. Their names are Red Baron and Blue Max, so I guess you're playing as the Germans in this shoot-'em-up. The thing is, the characters are definitely not birds in the game. Nobody's been able to figure out why they chose to use birds. Sky Kid does allow for 2-player simultaneous play, but per usual, I didn't really have the opportunity to show that off. There's something special about the music in the game. It's used in Japan as a baseball fight song. Now I know some of you heard that and went, well, I have to look this up immediately. Don't worry, I did it for you. Sky Kid is a weird one. It's not incompetently made. Even with every mission being bomb the target, there's a huge variety of things in the game. The ability to recover when you're high up, but needing to risk the low targets to get the big points, is an interesting twist, but the game is just so slow. We've already seen people start to release more energetic shoot-'em-ups. And in terms of shooting, Sky Kid feels like a step down from the games we've been seeing on the Famicom lately. I guess that puts me at, Sky Kid is better than you might think, but still comes up short of greatness.